Why Silicon Valley can't stop looking over its shoulder at China. Hey listeners, it's a hot topic today: AI dominance, and whether playable. Everyone's still talking costs, performance, and silence. The headline says it all: Silicon Valley can't stop looking over its shoulder at China. Let's break it down. First, the facts. The United States sits on top of the ladder when it comes to artificial intelligence. Most of the most powerful AI systems are built here, the country boasts the most data centers, and the chips we use to run these models are largely American-made. So naturally we'd think that's a solid, unshakable lead. But we've started to see cracks. In the past weeks, a Chinese startup released an AI system that rivals top US models while costing far less. And it wasn't an isolated event, the startup released a comparable system again a month later. The fact is, China can produce near-identical performance at a fraction of the cost. That's the pain point for Silicon Valley. The political narrative reinforces the tech angle. China's leader, Xi Jinping, recently praised his country as the hub of a new global AI order, declaring that AI shouldn't be a solo act but a symphony of international cooperation. You can hear the echo of that in the way China approaches other frontier fields: Islamic car power-up, but that also shows a confidence that the domestic market can deliver a competitive edge. Tech veterans in Valley know that the best technology isn't always the winner. Good enough at a low price usually is. Computers _indent started by large mainframes, we saw that once again place. And intelligence said, look, China is closing that gap. The biggest worry isn't China's technical skill, it's a reflection on how we run our own projects here. Rehan Ahmad, a co-founder at startup Alpha 14, calls it a race that the US could lose if we're spending too much, charging too much, or if the government interferes unnecessarily. For instance, last month the government forced an AI company, Anthropic, to shut down its top 2 systems because it couldn't leave free access for foreign nationals, including the company's own expatriate employees. OpenAI faced a similar pressure. Why the government pulled the plug, officials said, was to mitigate risks, the potential of AI tech enabling cyber attacks or even bioweapon development. Even after the restraints were lifted, both Anthropic and OpenAI still tightly control who can use their systems and who can't. The top execs now are calling for sensible regulation, something that keeps the technology safe without choking its growth. If you're watching the market, you'll notice a shift. American firms may be focusing on high-end, expensive solutions, but the Chinese firms deliver the same performance at a lower cost. In a world where affordability can make a difference between a product that sits on a shelf and one that goes viral, that's worrying. So what's the takeaway? When a neighbor offers something almost as good at a cheaper price, we can't shrug our shoulders and say, it's okay. The industry has a responsibility, and now the US must take a hard look at inefficiencies, price structures, and the role of policy. At the same time, we must be vigilant that the tech we build is safe, that it doesn't fuel something negative, because anyone can be a threat. There's no silver bullet. But what Silicon Valley can do is listen to what the Chinese market is demonstrating, rethink how it values cost versus performance, and engage with the government to shape a future where AI is powerful, responsible, and accessible. It's a balancing act that, if you think are not down, careful that our world steady, we can put us. Thanks for listening. If you want to dive deeper, check out the full article over on the New York Times or hit subscribe and follow for more tech market analysis.